mtoto wangu wakirusha kwa gari. Kwa nini wasinitolee mtoto wangu kwenye walipeleka? Kwa nini wakate nauli ya mtoto wangu kama siku yake haijafika? Kwa nini wanifanyie hivi? Hata hawa ni wazazi na wako na watoto kama huyu wangu tu. Kwa nini wanifanyie hivi? Kwa nini wachukue mtoto wangu na waende watupe na waseme wajui kwenye yako? Na niliona na macho yangu wakichukua. Si wanipee tu mtoto wangu. Kwa nini wasinifanyie haki ya mtoto wangu? Mimi nataka tu haki ya mtoto wangu itendeke. Nisaidieni haki ya mtoto wangu itendeke. Huyu ndio macho yangu, huyu ndio kila kitu kwangu. Mimi nitaanza na wapi jameni? Haki ya mtoto wangu itendeke. Naomba tu haki ya mtoto wangu itendeke. KWS walichukua mtoto wangu na wanajua kwenye yako. Wanitolee tu mtoto wangu, wasikate nauli kwa kota ati mtoto hakuna. Mtoto wangu wako nayo na wanajua kwenye yako. Wanitolee tu. Wanitolee tu.
To Brian, the children and the family, it reaches a point whereby there are things that they cannot do. And in this case, when we lose somebody in the family, within the Luo community, then until such a time that the rituals are done, and this now will call for the elders to give us guidance on how this will be done. But the mother, the wife will not rest. So we can just imagine the injustice. How many days will they go? Sorry about that. How many days will they go in that state before justice is seen to be done? Earlier on I said the judiciary has been out to try and cleanse their image and to give us the confidence that they will be able to do things in a justified manner. If us who are not part of the family and we can feel the pain, what of the family? And the confidence that we had, how more will we have? This is what is causing the commotion. And we are glad at this point that we had to talk with the police for restraint. When we saw the lady almost naked, she's not of our age, being pulled. And that's where we had to intervene and say, enough is enough. She has to grieve until such a time she feels the pressure is down for her to come out. So we are still going, and for the legal team as well as the human rights defenders, we are going back to the drawing board with our teams, and we will give the next course of action because we've got several avenues and we'll exhaust them, all of them individually. Thank you.
I have never expected this from a court of justice. That the DCI, which is a wing or which is the department bestowed the responsibility to investigate, found the 6 officers culpable and recommended for their prosecution. Yes. Now what does the DPP does? He sits on the file. What does how can a judge, I don't want to say that the judge was not right or was right or not right. But how then the lawyers requested, because we are not satisfied with the evidence given by the two people who gave evidence, the DCI and the in charge of KWS, were never present in the arrest of Brian. So the lawyers requested that those people who arrested or abducted Brian to be brought before court so that the judge could make an informed decision as to whether these guys are culpable and they should produce Brian dead or alive. Then I had the lawyer saying that the coordinates of the phone numbers for the 6 officers and Brian to be produced so that he could make an informed decision. Then what does he do? I called my lawyer. I was with Arama, my colleague from Nakuru Town West, pursuing this matter at the the CCIO's office. He was not in his office. We went to the ODPP's office, again to pursue why is it that the file, and Arama is not, I'm not alone in this thing. Arama has another file that happened some 6 months ago. Another child disappeared. there was a recommendation from DCI to charge KWS. That file was recalled back by ODPP for review. Then how do I make a decision, then review my own decision? We expected, just like any other person, I be charged, because there is a recommendation, by the investigating department, and then now the file, the ODPP can allow the justice system that will to move on. And if he thinks there is enough evidence to recall that file, then he can recall as the case was going on. But what happens? Now, Brian is nowhere. Eyewitnesses saw that, and they gave their evidence. It's unfortunate, as the lawyer has said, that the police officers who are supposed, how do a police officer go to touch a woman and even almost undress her? We allow police women to handle women suspects or women whatever. Or a man, if it was a man now holding me or trying to force me out, I would say no problem. But how does a police officer go to hold an old woman, including the mother who is disabled, she's on the floor? Allow that person to grieve, allow that person to ventilate, allow that person to be able to think what the judge has said, and then just allow those people to live in peace. We have maintained peace, but now, what happens now? But as we have said, we will pursue this to the last place, the last court, and that is the Supreme Court. We are going to appeal, as it has been said. In my view, I wouldn't advise the lawyers to go back to that court. I wouldn't advise. We better go to the High Court. If we fail there, we'll go to the Court of Appeal, even to the Supreme. Now, I don't want to, I think I've seen a lot of issues, Kinahavi, the LSK, and other people now putting a lot of question mark on the judiciary. I think na ile kitu ilifanyika sometimes back, where we were vetting judges afresh. I think we need now to go back to that and judge. We vet these judges again afresh. It was there. And why were they being vetted? So that you can be found whether you are corruptible or you can be able. Justice denied is justice delayed is justice denied. Na it is mimi ngoja tu tufuate mawakili kwenda kutafuta kwa Mama Brian. Nimekuwa na Mama Brian for the last 1 week kwake nyumbani. How I wish the judge would know what that woman is going through. How I wish mama bibi yake angeona vile anapitia na watoto wake. Msichana wake anasinda akiuliza baba alienda wapi. Na kama tungepewa mwili, hatuna maneno mingi. Si tungeazika tu tunapopasu. Lakini kwa sababu wameamua kwenda kwa hiyo barabara, tutaenda kwa hiyo barabara ya kuendelea kutafuta haki ya Brian, and I want to assure you, Mungu aliye juu mbinguni, Mungu aliye juu mbinguni atatutolea Brian. Wewe kama binadamu, wewe kama jaji, wewe kama watu ya KWS, na si mtu mmoja amekufa pale KWS. Ni wengi sana wamekufa. Na kama ni hivyo itasemekana ati kweli mtu ameshikwa, alafu kesho polisi watakushika, waseme ulitoroka, shughuli inaishia hapo, wewe tena unapotelea mbali. Tunasema tu hivi, mimi nitapasui mata to the last point. Hata kama tutamalizia kwa Supreme Court, I will go to that extent. Kama Supreme Court wataona kweli, ikiwa dereva alisema kuna mtu alikuwa naye ati na akatoroka, na si ati wajui Brian. Kwa sababu kama hakumshika akivua samaki, Brian alikuja kutolewa nje. So they knew who they were coming to look for. Si ati waliona ati kwa sababu Brian wamemshika msituni ati akaba Brian walimkuta nje ya fence na wakamrudisha ndani. Sasa itakuwaje tena unatuambia nyinyi hamjui? Na hiyo narrative. Na kama DCI ameangalia na akaona kweli hao watu wanatakana kushtakiwa. Sasa jaji, sijui kama jaji naye tumpatie majukumu kule bungeni, awe pia anafanya investigation so that anaweza kwenda kufanya na kutoa uamuzi ule. Lakini tutaiwachia tu hapo. Kama vile ndugu yangu anasema, Inaweza kuwa huyu ni mmoja wa wale ambaye pengine wametembelewa na pepo mbaya. Tutaenda kwa labda jaji mwingine ambaye pengine atatusikiza na ataweza kutupatia haki kwa kijana huyu. Kijana ni kijana mdogo sana, ambaye kijana wa miaka 31, lakini tutasema tu ya kwamba sisi tutapasua hiyo barabara.